All right, we'll start with the NFL. So ever since the league has had coach-to-player comms, this has been the culture. So you have a play caller on their respective sides, and each team has a player on the field with the green dot who receives the play call from the coordinator who's on the sideline or upstairs. Offensively, it's the quarterback. Defensively, it could be a linebacker, for example. So we're saying the red team is on offense, the blue team is on defense. Again, this is how NFL teams operate outside of 2 minute. The offensive coordinator gives the full play call to the quarterback. The quarterback goes into the huddle and relays the call to his teammates. In the meantime, the defensive coordinator gives his full play call to the defender with the green dot, and then he relays it to his teammates in their huddle. So the offense breaks the huddle, the defense aligns, and we play ball. Now, the offensive play call might have a couple play calls within the call, so the QB can kill to a different play call based on the front, the pressure, or the coverage, whatever he thinks he's getting based on alignment. And then the same thing goes for the defense based on offensive alignment. But overall, it's pretty clear cut. Both coordinators communicate their play call through their player on the field with the green dot, and it gets relayed to everyone else. And the coach-to-player comms cuts off at 15 seconds left on the play clock. Okay, now this is how offenses have operated throughout college football pre-2024. Most people assume that signaling has always been a thing because of not having coach-to-quarterback comms, but that's not necessarily the case. Signals have always occurred because of tempo. Offenses want to go fast. And the only way to align fast is to somehow communicate with everyone on the field. So all 5 skill players cannot align within 10 seconds of the previous play if they have to run to a huddle, get the play from the quarterback, and then go align. So the offense simply signals from the sideline to everyone so they can align fast. So most teams start by signaling the formation, and as the offense is aligning quickly, that forces the defense to signal to all of its players, because the offense controls if the defense can huddle or if they have to signal to everyone, because obviously the defense cannot huddle if the offense is already lined up ready to snap the ball. And obviously anything that is signaled on either side is going to be seen by the other sideline. So what most offenses have done is signal their formation, line up quickly, get the defense to signal their call. Then the offense will say, okay, the defense just called cover 1, so we're going to run our cover 1 beater. And then the offense signals the rest of their play call, whatever the cover 1 route concept they want to call in that example. So this is that cat and mouse game of the offense trying to get the defense to signal first, and the defense trying to protect itself by not calling their coverage until the offense has begun to call their full concept, not just their formation. Okay, and then you have college football teams who have traditionally huddled on offense, like service academies, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. So this is why I say signaling has absolutely nothing to do with coach-to-quarterback comms and everything to do with tempo. If you don't care about stealing the defensive signal, then you just simply huddle. And you don't need to signal into the huddle. It's the same exact way the NFL operates, except because there's no coach-to-quarterback comms pre-2024, teams would simply wristband the play to the quarterbacks and everything else is the same. The defense either wristbands or signals their play into the huddle, but the method doesn't really matter because the offense has already got their play call in the middle of the huddle. And both teams align and we play ball. But then in 2024, enter coach-to-player comms. So this is where things get interesting. Most people say, oh, there's no more signals in college football, while in reality, signaling and signal deciphering has increased with a lot of teams. Notice how most teams in college still go up-tempo on offense. Well, just because one player has the green dot, that doesn't mean that they can communicate with all 11 players going up-tempo without a huddle. So what's happening with most teams is it's still operations as usual, where the formation is signaled to the offense, so they can align fast, but then that forces the defense to still signal their play, because it doesn't matter if the defensive coordinator can talk to the linebacker. All 11 defenders need the play call immediately when the offense is aligning fast, so they have to visually communicate. They can't verbally communicate across the field in 2 seconds. So offenses are still able to decipher and utilize the defense's signal by aligning fast to force the defense to signal. Then the offense gets into the correct play, to counter the defense's play, and now they're able to talk to the quarterback and tell him what defense he's about to get. So by an offense signaling and going up tempo, they force the defense to signal, and now they can tell the quarterback, hey, it's cover 4, throw it to so-and-so in the flat. So ultimately, a lot of teams aren't even using the coach-to-quarterback comms just to communicate the play call. It's to also talk to the quarterback about what the defense is about to do. So the only solution to get rid of signals and signal deciphering is to put coach-to-player comms in every single helmet. Let both coordinators talk directly to every player on the field. Then there's no need for signals. But until then, defenses will always have to be prepared to signal their play in against the threat of an up-tempo offense.